Albano. Tournament talk on the Tournament Edge for Saturday, December 10th. It's Gulfstream Park Race 9, Andrew. It's the $75,000 smooth air stakes. 1 mile in the dirt for 2-year-olds. It's a field of 8. Fact finding. The one horse is your 9-5 morning line favorite. It's Todd Pletcher. It's Johnny Velasquez. I have no arguments whatsoever why this horse should not be the favorite. I mean, Todd's numbers with horses like this stretching out are gaudy. The horse is the speed of the speed, in my opinion, Andrew. Although there's some other speed in here. That's not my point. Speed of the speed, drawing the rail. He gets the Hall of Famer. He gets his top rider. I'm going to try to beat the horse, but this horse is clearly the one to beat.
And I agree with you here. I think both Todd Pletcher's horses are really going to dictate this race, regardless of who the winner is. But number one, fact finding. A very strong 2-year-old colt out of freshman sire, the Factor, who actually had a lot of winners up there at Saratoga, so it's good to see his crop moving in the right direction here. But you can't beat any of the numbers. Sprint to route, which is a much higher percentage for Todd when he goes from a 6 furlong to a 1-turn mile rather than a 2-turn mile. That's obviously some things to note, especially in the New York Circuit and Gulfsream Park, where most of the races. But like you said, I think he's the speed of the speed. I know he hasn't really, wired a group yet, but I definitely think he is one of the quickest horses in this group and can really do whatever he wants with it this race. Feel like he can kind of toy with it, for another saying here. Beats Cassie's Story, beats Filet of Soul. For people that follow me, and especially the write-ups, know I'm very high on that Filet of Soul. Has a lot of good pedigree here. So I definitely think the one is definitely by far the horse to beat. I'm going to try to beat him here, and I'm going to try to do that one way, and that's going to be on the front end. And I'm going to land on number 2, Sweet on the Ladies here for a small barn and a small jockey here. Like going back to this one's summer racing here. The maiden special race showed a lot of fight, was dueling. It looked like the horse was a 10-year veteran the way he was doing for that race, but really took control of it early now. The buyer didn't come back crazy, but that's what you expect from the summer races at Gulfstream Park. Then immediately goes off the layoff into an optional claiming $75,000 race, wins by 3.5 once again on the front end. Granted, that was a 4-horse field, and what can you say he beat? But I really think if you get this horse out to the front end, this is going to be a very quick horse to catch. Runs in the armed forces. We mentioned that in the previous race, a runner coming out of that Sonic Mule. So I think there is a lot of good horses that came out of that group. Widest one was on the turf. Not sure. Twirling Candy can very much understand it. Gets state bred protection in the juvenile sprint. Last time out, wins that. Now we're going sprint to routes. 25% trainer with a 4.4, $4.57% ROI. So those are some very strong numbers that pop off the page. Like the way this one's working out. The point I'm making here, I think that you just send this horse. You got a bug. Send him out, let him go, and just see how far he comes. If the one comes and runs me down and I get this horse for second, whatever. I think I can make up the price that the one will get on for the win. I'm looking at the 4. I'm not very interested in the 4 whatsoever. They're saying this horse is going to be on the front end. I think it's all about the 2, Sweet on the Ladies for front end speed here, and hopefully he plays Come Catch Me if he can. In a race like this, where you got to beat a heavy favorite, I'll play that game all day.
So I think the 1's going to be forwardly placed. You think the 2's going to be forwardly placed. I'm looking at the 7. Maybe the 7 can be forwardly placed as well. Just depends on the break from an outer draw. Do you see the 7 keeping company with the 1 as well? Or who else do you see going to the front end?
Yeah, to be honest, I don't think the 7 is as quick as my 2, nor the 1. So I'm kind of hoping, for my sake, this one's sitting off the pace. Has shown the speed, and obviously logic is going to say that a stretch out is going to show some more speed here. But honestly, I see this horse rating the group. I think he's just a better fit for that. So that's my thoughts on the 7 there.
Okay, well, I don't have very much else going to the front end here. I think that you can make a case that it's between the 1 and the 2 and the 7 to be up front. I understand what you're saying about the 7's speed as of late. Maybe we'll set second tier. I do think you're onto something with the 2 with the bug aboard. I think that tells the toll there that they're going to go to the front. And I'm thinking that the 2 and the 1 maybe, just maybe, will compromise each other. Andrew, I really like a horse in here. I can't get too excited because of the price, but that's the outside horse, the 8 horse, Capitaine. I mean, for Mark Henning and Javier Castellano, I understand that numbers on sloppy surfaces can come back, kind of distorted. Sometimes they're higher than what that horse's talent is because he just took to the slop. Sometimes they're a lot lower than what the horse, as far as talent is concerned. But, he won very impressively October 1st at Belmont Park visually. And the number came back 105 time form US speed figure. But I'm not looking at the number necessarily. Junior Alvarado never had a doubt about this horse. Second time career start. Then they put this horse in the Grade 2 Nashua going a mile on the dirt against some pretty daggone good horses. And this horse goes off at 1-5. And I have said this for a long time. I think the most intelligent bettors in the country are New York-based gamblers. They know wise guy horses. They tend to always be on the right horse, or they bet horses that run well even though they don't win races. So clearly a lot of people saw talent in this horse, and he fell on his face at the start of this race and lost all chances of winning this race from the get-go. Throw out that race. Throw out the 10 3/4 loss last time out because of the break. Now I go from 1-5 to 7-2 morning line. I mean, he'll probably go off second choice. He'll probably go off 3-1 or something like that. But this is a shorter field, and I don't see a lot of talent in here. Andrew, I really think this horse just sets wherever he wants to. Javier asks him whenever he wants to. And I think this horse is going to win the race. If this horse doesn't fall on his face, I think you can make a case he wins that stakes race, and he may be, the 9-5 morning line favorite in here. This is a very good horse. It costs $400,000. He's going to win this race at a shorter price, but I like the A Capitan.
And I agree with you, Bob. And like I said in the beginning of breaking down this race, I really think the race lies in the hands of Todd Pletcher here. And that's why I tried to beat him on the front end. But going back to your horse, exits at very, expensive, maybe a special weight late in the Saratoga meet. Reckling, who went on to do some good things. Look who finished second in the race. Motown goes on to win the Remsen. So, I definitely like the main special weight this one's coming out of. 29-1 in debut. You often don't see, Alvarado coming for the short prices, but I definitely think there is a reason to believe that he would improve. And like you said, in the slop, he gets an 83 number. When I watched the race, it looked more good than it did muddy. So I think you can make a case for that. And I apologize here. I was reading the wrong horse. This is a Mark Henning trained horse, not a Todd Pletcher horse. Got the mix up there, so I do apologize. But still, Capitan, 1-5 National, falls to his face. And like you said, the East Coast, similar to how they win big races. So you're obviously following the second choice at 7-2. I think it's good value on this horse, without a doubt. Looks enough speed that your horse can come and get. I'm hoping to steal on the front end. Hopefully your horse doesn't come and run me down. But I think with the one pinned on the inside, I'm not really sure he wants to show that much speed. But I definitely think your eight's going to make a great run, and I think we land on two strong horses here. Another horse I wanted to throw up, looking at the weather on the side here, says it's going to be a little muddy. It says there's some rain in the forecast for Saturday at Gulfsream Park. I'm not sure how much it would whether it would dictate the turf races, but should this race come up muddy, a horse I want to throw out there is number 3, Air Saif, if I'm pronouncing it right, who posted a very big number. Is working out incredibly strong, 5 furlongs in a minute flat, cruised over a sloppy course over this course, 2 back on October 1st. And obviously, Bob, your horse has a win over the muddy track, so I just wanted to throw it out there going into this one.
No question about it. So, Andrew, you're on the 2, Sweet on the ladies at 8-1 morning line. And I'm on the A Capitan. Obviously not very excited about the $9 morning line price. Think we'll be bet below. But I think this horse really is a notch above the rest of this field. So that's going to do it for Gulfstream Park Race 9 on Saturday, December 10th. It's the $75,000 Smooth Air Stakes for 2-year-olds. I'm Bobby Shoemaker. That's Andrew Palvano. Good luck.
Good luck, guys.